So, getting towards my story of how I healed from the past. And, this is dedicated to a woman that out there not looking for nothing, not even wanting me back, but I still love her and I want her and I want to marry her. So, my idea of marriage, right, comes from my auntie. Her name is Barb. Uh, and my uncle name is Williams. And these two individuals, lived in like Royal Oak and then stayed in somewhere Bloomfield, between Bloomfield and Pontiac, right? Then they moved like further north of where they were staying. So they stayed in good areas, right? But one day I come over there to visit their child. Their sister come over, her sister, and then her niece come over, and then her daughter come over. Her daughter older and very smart and stuff. So we all having a gathering. We waiting for my uncle to come, so we would go out to a little buffet place. And so when I seen the real love in my uncle eyes for his wife, cause she was like, "Don't say nothing, don't do nothing, and don't misbehave. And I love you for who you are and believe that God got your back." I'm like to myself thinking like, no, she didn't tell my uncle. No, she ain't tell my uncle. No, I'm tripping. No, I'm like, that's some grown, sophisticated type of stuff. So, getting to the person that made me understand who I was a name lady I call LJ, but most people call her Redbone. So this is the story of her. Everybody's asking me why I just ain't leave her alone. Why I couldn't leave her alone. My homeboy was tripping on me. He said, "Man, I seen her at parties. I seen her around other people. But if I love the woman she is and not the whole mouth of Jezebel spirit that she might have had in the past, anybody can test you, you know what I'm saying?" But she had told me, she said, "You're the type of grown man that's going to take care of families and women. And they might call you a sugar daddy, but I'm your sugar mama forever." I said, "Hold up." And then she got this tall family of tall men in her family. And I'm like, shit, I ain't scared of nobody. Shit. We outside playing basketball at one of her brother's houses and shit. So I told her, I said, "Shit, what you want me to do with your daddy and your brother?" She said, "Well, don't be pretending. Don't act like you scared of him, but just talk to him." I said, "Okay." And every man that I meet that's a mother or father of women, I come with my auntie and my uncle attitude, because once I proposed to seeing that on their face and seeing how inspiration that was to me in my life, it made me heal real quick from other incidents that I couldn't control. Like, I really wanted to control uh, Jamie. I wanted to control Darnay. I wanted to control these two women because them the only women that I really wanted to give my heart to. Now my caregiver, I gave her my heart, my feelings, my soul, because I believed in her because she believed in me. This was the first woman I think that was sent to me from some woman that I dealt with in the past or recently dealt with. And I'm like, why she come up here? So my homeboy said he got people that be traveling back and forth. So I'm thinking it's him first. Then I'm thinking it's other people instead of him. And her, his wife, or my other cousin and his wife, or my other brother and his wife. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I told him I was going homeless, and I told him I ain't got no money, and I wanted to do better in my life, and I was starting this path of trying to get into undercover boss. So being cold out there, straggling, not knowing nobody, really scared, really not having my weapons, not dealing with my family, it brought me into this place of love. And once I met Michelle, we just talked about the goodness of everything. I didn't really know her, didn't really understand her. She knew me from the past, and I'm glad people just knew of me and loved on me and thought I was a good guy. I appreciate everyone, but this is my testimony to my document of, my story that I want to write out and figure out and constantly just, put it in a voice analysis of iBook, as we call it, the IE book, or just the ebook period audio, just for people to know that ADGG had the best story of his life, and he experienced being the richest bum, being the brokest bum, and being all above. And I got my inspiration from my best friend, and I appreciate him, even though I turned my head around and struggled through this process. But the story goes like this, though. I want to tell you about this young lady. So when I met her, LJ, she was telling me about the distorted family she had, about her personalities and how she loved people and how she really just wanted people to leave her alone, and she wanted to start a new family. And I told her, like, shit, I started, I love you, and I trust you no matter what you do. But when her family started coming around, it just harmed me to see her grandbaby, and, and her ex and her sugar daddy really didn't like her like that, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know if that was her cousins, uncles. So, people play off family members sometimes just for them to get an ideal of you, face recognition of you, see what you about, to help you out, to love on you, right? Or to, say if you're a bad or a good person. So this person just really kept it real with me, and I didn't really want her to go, or didn't really want her to stay, because I was just frustrated, because at that particular time I was having multiple surgeries. I'm talking about like 10 surgeries in 2 months. This woman, walked in a blizzard for me to feed me underwear products. And my homeboy didn't want to take her back, but, she got out there and did what she had to do. That was just so cool. I appreciate her, though. Her family opened, like, really good arms for me and did good things for me. And they thought I was a cool person. But, when you got your kids around you, they gonna spread bad rumors. They don't really like the person that you're dealing with, because they want attention from their mother, because that's what they used to grab, get, and have all the time. And, I just love that woman because she taught me so much to deal with, like, another futuristic woman. Because it was hectic. I really ain't appreciate her, and I really didn't disrespect her, but I be scared of women, and that's my downfall. No, not knowing if they like more lovable than my mother and my aunties. So it's like, real difficult, real promise to me in my heart. Cause I don't really give my heart away. I give my feelings and my interaction away. But Jamie and Darnay kind of really mold me to this man that I am today. You know, I never abused them. I never misused them. I did horrible things just like they did horrible things. But I really like wanted them forever, you know, them two individuals. But this is part of my story. Stay tuned for part 5 coming.